In the 90s, I've always said it was a great time for broadcast television. A lot of networks, a lot of independent stations took chances. Networks like CBS, channel, well, at the time, UPN, CW, whatever they were called back then, as far as they were in various names, Action Pack and the CBS Late Night, and many others that, names on the UPN 9, WB 9, they've had many incarnations, they've come, they've gone, but a lot of the programming that they created is still there. Some of it didn't do too well. Understandable, that happens. That's why you create pilots, or you throw a couple of episodes in, see how it does. But you also had a lot of great shows that came out of it. You had Forever Knight, Silk Stockings, Hercules, Xena, and of course, the great Babylon 5. Now, Babylon 5 has been around a long time. We are at the anniversary. I mean, there is a celebration coming up. There is a release of the Blu-ray of the entire series coming this Christmas. We have the movie coming out in August, an animated movie finally. But you might say to yourself, it's been a long time. It's been many years since they had a project out. We should have had one years ago. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But what we've just found out, and what's going through the trades at the moment, was one single person held back Babylon 5 from continuing on. It wasn't the ratings, but it was a dislike of the show. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in to this video, clicking on it. We really do appreciate this. We're headed into the summer. We're going on vacation very soon on there. But once again, we will still have programming coming on the Man with the Show. The Fast Five will be going on its hiatus for a couple of weeks on there, somewhere about mid-August on there. But I'm hoping you're enjoying your summer, because we're getting a lot of good news. Even though we have the writer's strike and we have the actors strike going on, we had the Broadway one was avoided right now. But, we're going to lose a lot of content very soon. We're not going to have too much new content. But remember, there are decades of film and TV shows and specials out there. And I'll tell you this, all you got to do is look at YouTube. There are a lot of people that, there's about a generation or two that don't know about certain shows, including Babylon 5. Some people are catching Babylon 5 for the first time, which is a great thing. It's creating a new fan base to this. Not a woke one, but a really good fan base, because what you're hearing is that this is well written. It's a great show. A 5-season arc. I mean, the 5th season is it's so-so. A lot of the movies were Crusade could have been, the spinoff could have been a lot better. It was a great concept. But what we're finding out, and we thought a lot of this was cured toward the ratings and how it wasn't doing so well, that it wasn't getting, because it was on TNT. What we're hearing now is that a single executive was not happy with this. Was not happy with the series. He did not like the series and blocked Babylon 5 for being worked on for over 20 years. We're going to read this off of Cord Cutter News. A single Warner Brothers Discovery executive reportedly blocked a new Babylon 5 shows for 20 years. Warner Brothers Discovery is planning a new Babylon 5 content ahead of the upcoming Blu-ray release for the series. Almost 2 decades, a single executive had put the brakes on all pitched Babylon 5 projects. Apparently, the executive was not a fan, and now they are retired. Of course, we don't have the name of who it was, but you notice it happened to be at the time when Discovery taking over everything. So he might have been one of the firees. When they say retired, sometimes they mean fired. Warner Brothers Discovery is jumping at the chance to complete a few new Babylon 5 projects. There was one person at the studio who hated all things Babylon 5 and stood in the way of anything being done with the show ever for close to 20 years, said J. Michael Straczynski, as reported by IGN. Once the person finally retired, the floodgates opened. Since retiring, Warner Brothers Discovery is putting more focus on the fan favorites. The studio reached out to Straczynski to get the ball rolling on several upcoming projects. There is already an animated movie. Well, we know it was in the works. It's already completed. It's coming out. And in addition to the animated movie, there was a reimagining of the series, which has been put on temporary hold until the writers and actors strikes end. And everyone at Warner's who I've dealt with since the ridiculous has been ridiculously supportive of the show, positive and welcoming, said Straczynski. The animated film, Babylon 5 The Road Home, is full of cast members including Bruce Boxleitner, Claudia Christianel, Peter Jurasik, Bill and Mummy, Tracy Scoggins, and Patricia Tallman. The film will be released on August 15th through some streaming service, and pre-orders now for The Road Home will be on Apple Prime Video, Apple TV, Vudu, and YouTube. The Blu-ray collection is now available for pre-order. It's officially released for December 5th, containing a complete series with a 21-disc set. It's about $100. It's like, I think original price is about $131. It's best to get it now at that price point. This essentially is a very nice 4:3 remaster done for HBO Max and matches the original broadcast, said Straczynski. Putting it on to Blu-ray increases the bit rate, so it'll look better than it ever did there. Now, hopefully, I am a little excited, but I will tell you this. I will tell you straight out. I will calm myself for the situation because the way Hollywood has been going, and wait to see what Straczynski puts out. He is a great writer. He's done a lot in his years in the business, but he's had some dropping off a little bit on certain things because certain things were a little wokish. But, he could have had more Babylon 5 stuff in the past, but you had one person holding back. And this is and I keep saying this. This is why I tell you, if you're someone that's trying to get your show done by the big networks or stuff like that, fuck them. And I'll tell you why. Because you have people like this who held back a great show, a show that was well liked on broadcast television, was loved at Comic-Cons, was loved everywhere, and still loved today, that has a strong fan base. I bet if we look at the numbers on the online services, we will see a high amount of people watching certain episodes or the entire series. We are seeing YouTubers who have never seen Babylon 5 doing videos on them, watch parties and discussing. And we've seen YouTubers bring in guests, like Patricia Tallman has been on a couple of the YouTuber shows, talking about the show, talking about her life, with the Babylon 5 TV series, what she's doing now. And many others have come across, talked to them. I think Bruce Boxleitner has done a couple of them as well. I mean, this is a great thing to see that this is coming back. Even though with a lot of the actors that have been on Babylon 5 have passed away, long gone, but they're going to be renewed in that's the one thing about the animated series. You could bring back a character. If you get someone that can closely mimic the voice, you might be able to get that spark again in the series on there. I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard on there, because basically that particular actor was great at what they did, and they had their style to someone else to create it. It kind of like it's hard because it's been done before. It has been done before in the industry, but we're going to have to wait longer for more content from Babylon 5. At least we'll have The Road Home and the new box set that's coming out, which, like I said, it is fantastic. But, you know, those of you out there, you want to get into this, make your own, go right ahead, do it yourself. You don't even need expensive equipment or anything like that. You could do it on an iPhone on there. iPhones, and a lot of the phones have good quality cameras out there that'll give you great, you know, great video, up to 4K at some points, depending on the model that you have. Or you can, you know, you can upscale on there. And editing suites are cheap now, and some are free. DaVinci Resolve, one of the best, and this is what we use here at Q2Cast TV, is DaVinci Resolve to edit all our Man with the Show videos and special shorts and stuff like that. It is a great program on there. The free edition, you say like, well, it must be not a lot on the free edition. No, there's a lot on there. There's a lot more when you spend the $300, but you get enough to get you going. You know, this is unheard of. I mean, this is, you know, Adobe years ago, the way they had it. You know, now Adobe, you got to pay monthly on here. But with DaVinci Resolve and Blackmagic, they do a great job at this. I mean, even the equipment is great. We have one of the switchers on there for our live feeds when we start doing live feeds again. So comment below. Let me know your thoughts about this, because you know, it is important on there. Like I said, I'm gonna hold back just a little bit, you know, to see what Straczynski will bring out, because I don't want another one of those Netflix movies series that he put out. I didn't like that last one he did. Wasn't that great. I want to see really true Babylon 5 again. A great written story, you know, with little stories in between that had really good, and that's what was Babylon 5. You had one main story and you had little stories in between. It worked. This is, you know, he has to go back to that original model that he used back then, which it was a British model as well. So again, comment below, share this video, hit the like, notification bell, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to catch out our other videos and the Fast 5 on Mondays. We'll see you. Hopefully you're having a good summer vacation. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye now.